Good evening, I'm Ryan Benazzo. Thank you for joining us. Thunder Bay Police are investigating the city's 5th homicide of the year and the 3rd over the past month. This time it was a fatal shooting at a Westford apartment complex. Police say a 31-year-old Thunder Bay man was pronounced dead on the scene at Spence Court on West Amelia Street. The incident happened just after midnight. Upon arrival, first responders found the victim with gunshot injuries and he died at the scene. The man's identity is being withheld until next of kin can be notified. City police remain on the scene at the apartment complex while the investigation continues. Anyone with information on the incident is being asked to contact police or Crime Stoppers. COVID-19 cases continue to rise in the Thunder Bay district. The health unit's active case count is now the highest it's been since the middle of June. There are 7 new cases today. 5 of those come from the Thunder Bay and surrounding area. 1 is in a First Nation community, and the other comes from elsewhere in the district. 5 of today's cases are close contact infection. 1 relates to travel outside of northwestern Ontario, and 1 exposure source is unknown. There are now 22 active cases across the district, the most since June 19th. The Northwestern Health Unit has 1 new case today. It's in the Dryden Red Lake area. There are now 5 active cases in the NWHU's catchment area. The District Medical Officer of Health is encouraging people to get the COVID booster shot once they're eligible. Dr. Janet DeMille says the health unit already has booster appointments starting as early as next week. And as the case count rises, DeMille is also reminding residents that we're not out of the woods just yet. Catalina Gillies has more.
After seeing the highest active COVID-19 case count in Thunder Bay since mid-June on Thursday, the district's medical officer of health says it's concerning, but in some ways not surprising.
We've seen a lot of relaxing of some restrictions and maybe people having more interaction with one another, and it is allowing sort of COVID to spread.
The district has seen low case numbers throughout the late summer and early fall, but Dr. Janet DeMille says we are now on the brink of seeing a rise in cases.
What I've always said in the past is COVID is tricky. It's going to appear to, come out of the blue sometimes, and it's going to spread quickly, especially when people are together.
However, there is some positive news on the horizon. The province announced it will be expanding eligibility for booster shots to more Ontarians. DeMille says she will be encouraging Thunder Bay residents to get the extra jab and that they've been actively planning for the ramping up at vaccination clinics.
Booster shots, are going to be given to people 6 months after their second dose, and it's actually just going to give them an added layer of protection against COVID-19, both getting an infection and also, again, preserving that protection against serious outcomes requiring hospitalization.
The Ford government also recently announced its long-term plan for lifting all COVID-19 public health measures. If there aren't any concerning trends, the vaccine passport could be gone by January and all mask-wearing requirements could be gone by March.
That was one aspect that I was uncomfortable with, and the proof of the proof of vaccination, I think, is still very important. I wasn't too thrilled by that particular removal, at least in January. I would like to have seen that a little bit later, but I recognize that it's really going to depend on what happens over the next couple of months.
Catalina Gillies, TVT News.
The Ontario government is ramping up spending ahead of the province's general election. The deficit is projected to rise by $5 billion this year for a total of $21.5 billion.
Mr. Speaker, our plan says yes to build more spaces for our seniors, including 30,000 new long-term care beds and another 28,000 to be refurbished. We are saying yes to highways that will get Ontario drivers out of gridlock.
The fall economic statement tabled today shows spending is increasing by about $3 billion more compared to what was in the 2021-22 budget. There are no tax cuts in the document, but the province is introducing a staycation tax credit and enhancing or extending several existing ones, including the Ontario Seniors Home Safety Tax Credit. Hundreds of people were vaccinated against influenza at a local drive-through clinic today. And as the COVID-19 pandemic continues to linger, health officials say it's as important as ever to get the flu shot. The Lakehead nurse practitioner-led clinic and the old McKellar Hospital is offering drive-through shots for the second year in a row. Corey Nordstrom has the details.
Flu season is just beginning, and that means so are clinics to immunize against the virus. After last year's success in using a drive-through format for flu shots, the Lakehead nurse practitioner-led clinic decided to continue the convenient form of delivering shots.
A lot more people want their flu shot, which is great because we always encourage people to get it. So it's good when people are showing that initiative to get it themselves.
The district's medical officer of health recommends the public get their flu shots. She says Thunder Bay did great last year at keeping the flu away and wants to see the same going forward.
The vaccination combined with all the other measures we had in place really limited any flu in this area in particular. And I think it's important with the COVID pandemic still ongoing that we really reduce flu as much as we can this year.
The drive-through format comes with a lot of positives at the clinic. Delgatti says in addition to not interfering with the regular operation of their work, having patients drive up for their flu shots allow them to immunize hundreds in one day when it would usually take multiple.
This is an efficient way. Patients like it, and we can get a lot done. So today we did about 200 flu shots, and next year we could probably do 300 because we have it down now, and it's actually even kind of fun for the staff to do.
Corey Nordstrom, TVT News.
A Thunder Bay man has been charged with possession of child pornography. 50-year-old Cameron Eli Kivari was arrested yesterday as local police searched a home on the 800 block of Red River Road. He appeared in court today and has been released with conditions pending a future court appearance. There's been yet another crash at Sistonen's Corner after a vehicle blew through the notorious intersection at high speed. This latest incident happened yesterday afternoon in broad daylight. Surveillance video shows a car at the top of the screen losing control on the off-ramp from Highway 102 and veering across Highway 1117. Fortunately, it didn't hit any passing vehicles. The car flipped into the ditch on the opposite side of the roadway. Thunder Bay OPP say the lone driver, a 27-year-old woman from Fort Francis, managed to escape without injury. She's now been charged with failing to stay in her lane. This is the fourth such incident at Sistonen's Corner since September, where vehicles have failed to slow down as they approached the T-shaped intersection. Two of the crashes involved transports blowing through the stop sign, including one where the truckers were killed and 4 other people were injured. A stretch of Golf Links Road is closed today and tomorrow for water main work. The underground work at the Riviera Drive intersection is expected to take 2 days to complete, but the timeline could be impacted by weather or other factors. Local traffic will still have access to the area, but other motorists are asked to take alternate routes. Road closed signs have been posted on Golf Links at the John Street and Oliver Road intersections. Drivers are reminded to use caution and obey all posted signage when traveling near the construction zone. The municipality of Nebing has decided to reduce the size of its council. Nebing Mayor Erwin Butekoffer says they're reducing the number of councillors from 6 to 4, eliminating the one at-large position and merging the Pearson and Party seats. The changes will save the municipality about $20,000. And barring appeal, the changes will be in place for next October's municipal election. Confederation College has repurposed a number of its washrooms and change rooms, turning them into gender-inclusive facilities. Several washrooms and change rooms on each campus now include signage indicating the spaces for all genders and that the college respects people's right to choose the washroom that's most appropriate for them. Dean of Business, Hospitality and Media Arts, Anne Renault, says the school has worked closely with the student union to ensure that everyone, regardless of gender identity, has safe spaces on its campuses.
So regardless of people's gender identity or expression, we wanted to make sure that they had safe facilities, using washrooms, using change rooms, a very basic need for everybody, and we wanted to make sure that we had safe facilities for everyone. So even our current gendered washrooms now have signage that say, you know, trust the person that's here. If they are comfortable in this washroom, this is the washroom for them.
Confederation College joins Lakehead University in providing gender-neutral facilities. LU began a similar initiative 5 years ago and currently has 19 all-gender washrooms at its Thunder Bay campus. Lakehead Public Schools and about 200 occasional teachers represented by the ETFO have agreed to a new 3-year contract retroactive to 2019 after going without a deal for more than 2 years. The employees, more commonly known as substitute or supply teachers, will get a 1% raise per year dating back to September 1st, 2019. Local union president Nancy Nix says the deal also includes a new term related to the COVID-19 pandemic if occasional teachers are forced to quarantine.
We got some quarantine language for daily OTs, so if you're ordered to quarantine and you've had some pre-booked assignments, then you'll get paid for them. So we've talked about quarantine language for many years, but it became a reality with this round, so we're happy to get that.
Nix adds she's happy occasional teachers are being recognized. The agreement runs through August of next year. Nix says they're already preparing to deal with the next contract. Well, Mitchell, nice day out there today, and a lot of sunshine out.
Yeah, there was plenty of sunshine throughout the day. Now, the temperatures were colder in the morning. I got up to go for an early run, went straight back in once I found out it was -7, feeling more like -9 with the wind chill that now plays a factor. There was some winds from the southwest, 5 to 20 kilometers. Now, here in the province currently, plenty of 8s in Kenora and Dryden, sitting mainly sunny just like here at Thunder Bay, along with Fort Frances, which is currently at 9. Moving farther east, Atikokan is currently at 8, mostly sunny at the moment too, while Upsala sitting down at 4. Heading farther northwest, Red Lake is currently at 9, with Sioux Lookout at 7, along with Pickle Lake. Now they're seeing plenty more cloud coverage at the moment. Heading farther northeast, Armstrong is currently at 8, with Greenstone at 6, heading closer to the water, with Marathon currently at 6 at the moment, with just a little bit of cloud coverage, while Sault Ste. Marie seeing the most cloud coverage at the moment at 4 currently. Tonight we're going to see lower temperatures down to -2, feeling like -7 with that wind chill playing a factor. Once again, partly cloudy with some winds from the southwest, 7 to 13 kilometers.
Thanks a lot, Mitchell. Well, the Canadian Armed Forces has been rocked by sexual assault allegations dating back years. A major change now announced by the new defense minister. Those cases will now be investigated by civilian courts. We'll have the latest as your news hour continues.